So I think I figured out. Alright, so I'm going to explain something to you. Once you see this, you will not be able to unsee it, so if you don't want to watch this, just click off the video. I'm serious, you won't be able to like perceive your life the same after this. Just look at myself in the camera. But yeah. Okay. So what if I told you? So you know how everyone in the world, like, you do stuff like we all know, like POV angle, like from your eyes, right? If you're looking right, most of your memories are like of your hands grabbing stuff, or like you running, like you seeing stuff, or like all that stuff, right? Like your body and everything, and then it's all sort of here, right? You know, the brain's the computer of the body. That's what they say. They say the brain's like the computer of the body. It's true, but it's way deeper than that, and they try to just brush it off like that. And then people do a lot of like, since you know like a brain surgeon, he gets paid like a shit ton of money, you know, like doctors are really important and stuff, but it's like there's more to the brain than just like the anatomy and everything. I really feel like even to this day the most intelligent piece of artificial intelligence is not artificial intelligence, obviously it's organic, which makes everything crazy, but I'll get into that. The greatest form of technology, that's the word I was thinking of, that new AI Tesla dropped, that walks, never mind. But yeah, the greatest technology is your brain. I'm about to explain to you something that blow your mind. I promise. This is right the way. Okay. Alright, so you're looking at the screen, right? You see me? Yeah. Pick up anything. Like pick up anything. I got this pen. This pen, right? Grab a pen, right? Look at it. Like really look at it. Like trying to make sure you see like all the little stuff. Like all the little stuff. Look at it. Look at it. Okay. You can remember what the pen looks like, right? Okay, cool. So do you think that experience, that memory is disconnected from what you're seeing right now? You know what I mean? Like you know that brief feeling you felt like when you took the pen or whatever you had in front of your face away, and then it almost felt like as you were doing that simultaneously, it was like it's up there. Like I still remember what it looks like perfectly, and it's still right here. Pen's right here. Everything's fine. Okay, so I believe that reality, perception, and consciousness is really the only thing that matters, and the only thing that will ever fix a lot of problems there in the world. I don't know, man. I'm just so like I have a son. Like I love him so much, and like I don't even know if I'm ever gonna put this video out because just in general, it's crazy me on practice again. But I like to. This is the first time I've ever talked about this on video. But like I feel like if more people understood this, then more people would have. Well, everyone would have perception, everyone would have consciousness, but people be like they or like this or like that. It's not. It's just. It's kind of like our reality is just a bunch of fighting all the time, and it's because it's just turned into like a big like clock, and it's generating money, but like that's just not even important. Like even all those rich people, it's not important. Like it's not important. The only thing that's important is like evolving. So once I teach you reality, perception, and consciousness. Sorry, I've been saying this shit like 300 times in my head, like all day. Once I teach you that, you'll understand why I'm saying like it's just a big clock that just has rust. Like, cash is rust. Like, all this shit is rust, and we're all just cogs. But I'll explain it. Okay, this is off the rip. Okay, so reality is the way you perceive. Your reality is your physical perception. So everything you've thought your whole life. Remember, we did the pen exercise and all that stuff. Like, all the things that you stick in your hands, everything you remember your whole life. All the memories that you have are, it was never you. Like, it was you, but you're only experiencing half of it. So you were experiencing the physical version, which is, you know, your 5 senses: sight, sound, touch, smell, and taste. So your eyes, you lived the physical reality, yeah, but it was your eyes, it was your sight. It's always been your sight. All your memories are just your sight. You don't understand that. How to explain this? I'm trying to think of the easiest way to explain it because I don't want it to get complicated. Oh, in this one video, it makes total sense. Okay, so I'll do my own version. So, you know, when you wake up in the morning and the light hits your eyes, and then you wake up, right, and all of a sudden you're like, oh damn, it's like the light's on, like I gotta wake up. How did you do that? How did your brain, that's in your skull, not exposed to light, how did your brain know to get up? Because through sight, you were able to experience the physical reality, and then the mental reality is what actually woke you up. Your body is just like a vessel. Like, it's just, all your movements and everything are just sending up, like everything you perceive, everything you take in. You smell something, you smell it, that's the physical. But the understanding is like the mental. So like, you get a cut or something. It's your physical understands it, like it understands your reality, that you're like bleeding and everything, but the pain and all that stuff is all in your head. So, in my view, some people be like, oh, it's your body telling you that, but they don't go in deeper. I believe both are happening simultaneously, the physical and the mental, and it's so fast that you couldn't even, there's no way you could like physically like slow anything down like that slow. And what would you even like they always say it's electrical pulses going through your head. How would they measure that like at the smallest degree? Because it would have to be so simultaneous, because I believe it's simultaneously like faster than like the speed of light, faster than anything. It's the physical meeting the mental. And when it does that, it forms reality. And that reality, that's reality. But it's not just your body. You're not just your body. And it's not just your brain, because you're not just your brain. You gotta remember, your mentality is the same as your physicality. Like, what everything's combined to be, that's who you are. And it took a lot of like work to even like work myself up to understand my problems, to like let go of stuff, to get to this point of understanding of what's the next thing to do after like I worked on myself. I was like, what am I? And then that's why I just started thinking. And then I'm thinking like all my memories. Like, I can think like jumping in the pool or like hanging out with my friends or like anything. If you think about it, it's my sight and it's my mind at the same exact time. That's you know, that you're re-experiencing reality. That's why when you look at a photo, like, that's why photos and videos and all that shit is so important, because you're literally watching like reality. But like, again, it's like every single time you look at a photo, you're like, oh, this was reality, because you're doing both. You're physically and you're mentally. So like, that's why that stuff is like super important and sentimental to people. But oh yeah, so they happen at the same exact time, super fast, and that's reality. I believe, please don't say I'm crazy, because I believe understanding this, that's perception. That's understanding your reality. Understanding that this and this are are the same at the same time. Even this right now, me talking, that's physical. Me thinking up the words is mental, but they're happening simultaneously. How? Like, where's the give and take? Is it happening the brain first, the body first? It's because it's so fast, you can't measure it. That's perception. Now, gotta blow your mind. So understanding reality is perception. Understanding perception is consciousness. So what that means is if you can separate like all the bullshit, and because like you never even have 2 seconds to like, even people who like do programs or like do, there are people who think like me. Like there are people out there, but you like never hear about it. You just hear about like from meditation, like yoga class or spa or something, like something that's supposed to be relaxing. Like in everything, even things that look good, there's something in there that there's a reason. And it's just to distract you from understanding that this is your reality. Because once you understand that's your reality, you look around and you understand there's like billions of people walking around that don't understand what's even happening in their life at the moment. Like they can't even understand the moment they're in. Because if your head's somewhere else and you're somewhere else, guess what? You're not saving that as reality. And then if your head gets like too crazy, you start like bending everything around that just to make it seem like that's the reality. I know this. I like attempted suicide last year, twice. And I did a lot. I lost everything. I hit my rock bottom. The bottom is you don't understand. I lost everything, like everything, and it took so much to get to this point of understanding of myself, because I was putting so much value into like things, and I was just thinking, and it's like I would be one way at work and then one way at the house, and I was like work life, home life, work life, home life. But guess what? In the middle, that was me. Like I wasn't thinking about me. And that's got to be like everyone in the whole fucking world, especially with this inflation and wars and hate and everything. And if you just like understand, if you can just like stop for a minute and focus your most on yourself, if you can do that, and you can get to this point where literally like anything could fucking happen. If I'm alive, I can move, like I can do something. I thought of this really smart thing. I thought of this. I've never heard this from anyone. A plan is just your mind's algorithm to get something done in the physical world. If you can do anything you want, if you're of the understanding that your brain is just controlling your body as your body is controlling your brain, so you can do anything that you can. If you can physically do it and mentally do it, like all the steps. I'm not talking about like one day I'm gonna be a star. It's like no. So you have to start at the very. That's why it's like it's easy for me to do this, because I do this every day. It's like wake up at 6. I'm dressed by 6:10. Take a shower, do like but the whole day. That's why you see really successful people like that have that thing. They're able to keep doing it, because like once you do that and you just like have a set schedule, it's like I don't know. It makes you like disciplined. Like it makes you like focus. So like once you focus and stuff,